wet, good with summer rain, brilliant green and growing tall, sweet moon sugar cane, sweet moon sugar cane.
And so the other thorn in my paw arrives. I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations, no more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. Collect your things and leave. That again? I told you Issue's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things! Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in pieces. Your choice.
So it appears that your strange friend is Rideza the Rogue. Good to know. Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to follow her. We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Issue's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizik will alert the proper authorities.
Those were fresh sugar claws! I didn't even see...
There! Rideza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
Kill these muskars! Curse your meddling!
Rid of the road. Caught at last.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Rideza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous? To go so far as to steal your father's pet?
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Mizik was expecting. In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Ishu's daughter left town years ago, Rideza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Ishu's pet this whole time. This is true. Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes? Mizik just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet at the Banished Regrets? Drinks are on Mizik. Just as soon as he is paid, of course.
When the 16 kingdoms were only 16 tribes, a hero ambled forth, all tall and tough and wise.
A family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold. Not a bad start to a partnership, yes? Mizik was even able to secure a hefty bonus, thanks to the generosity of Captain Kahiri. Of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. Pleasure working with you, Walker. Do not be a stranger, yes? A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for? After such a successful investigation, Mizik is hopeful that more clients will come forth. We live in turbulent times, Walker. Dragons, tyrants, necromancy. There is no end to Elsweyr's suffering as of late, and yet so much is overlooked. Those in power have priorities, and the petty problems of the common folk, they tend to be on the very bottom of this list. That is why we must look after each other. If Mizik does not offer his help, who will? Of course, but first and foremost, it is Mizik's passion. That is why this one takes the name Thunderboots. If he cannot work in the name of justice, then he will not work at all. This, he swears. Mizik's investigations take him many places, so it is hard to call one town home. But he's enjoyed his time in the Riverhold. He has a comfortable tavern room and a steady supply of clients. Well, a steadier supply of clients. Honestly? Just the one. A bard's flute was stolen while he was drinking in the tavern. He was very certain another musician had stolen it out of jealousy. Quickly, it turned out to be the innkeeper who stole the flute. This bard could not play in tune to save his life, and it was driving away business. So, Mizik suggested that the bard seek another tavern. A happy solution for everyone involved.
We don't have a choice, Izanji.
And what? You expect us to just stroll into an Akaviri crypt? Be reasonable.
Well, if we don't recover those mural pieces, who will? Welcome to the House of Histories. You'll find no grander collection of curiosities and memorabilia in all of Elsweyr. I would offer you a tour, but we're currently investigating a most unfortunate theft. An ancient mural called the Rithana di Renada, otherwise known as the Song of Kingdoms. It chronicles the time when Elsweyr was 16 united kingdoms working in harmony. Unfortunately, it was shattered when the kingdoms entered into conflict. Yes, into exactly 16 pieces. My brother and I found and restored each and every one. And then, just as we were about to put all the pieces together again, they were stolen. Who would even do such a thing? Thank you for offering to help. Oddly enough, the thief did leave a note mentioning a grave of snake men. I suspect it refers to the Tomb of the Serpents, an old Akaviri crypt. Hopefully that is where you will find the missing pieces. Yes, it is. But that clue is all we have at the moment. It actually reminds me of the old Khajiiti legend, Rajin and a Trail of Ink. Perhaps our thief is a fan of the trickster god. Wouldn't be too surprising. He was a renowned thief who possessed the Ring of Khajiiti, which allowed him to be invisible, silent, and quick. He ascended to become an immortal trickster god and patron to thieves. Rajin and the Trail of Ink is but one of his many legends. Many moons ago, when Rajin was still but a thief and not yet a god, he met a beautiful soldier named Captain Nasuna. He was captivated by Nasuna's beauty and skill, but she scorned all of his advances. So, Rajin set out to woo her. Nasuna guarded a merchant's estate. 5 times Rajin entered this estate, stealing an item and hiding it elsewhere. He left clues behind for the captain, daring her to recover what he stole. And each time she prevailed, for she was as clever as he. Rajin was proving himself. By stealing these items, he showed his cunning. By hiding them away, he showed his honor. By leaving clues, he showed his respect. And it worked. Nasuna was won over and agreed to be his lover. As I've said, many thieves wish to emulate the great Rajin. Leaving clues at the scene of the crime is one way to demonstrate their cleverness. Perhaps it is so with whoever stole the mural. Let us hope. The Rithana di Rinala was created during a time of peace between the 16 kingdoms. It represented the unity of the Khajiiti people. The peace between the kingdoms did not last. The mural was shattered into 16 pieces, one for each kingdom. No one knows how it was so perfectly broken. Was it the clan leaders? Perhaps punishment from divine spirits? It is all a mystery. Elsweyr faces many dangers now. More than ever, the Khajiit must band together. I hoped that the Rithana di Renada would inspire just that. After all, it represents a time when all Khajiit lived in harmony.
fast, Walker. Rachin would first have a word with you. So, you have found the first piece of the Rithana di Renata. Impressive. But Rachin can't help but wonder if you have patience enough to find the other 15. After all, he has hidden them very well. This one is the shadow of Rachin. Well, a shadow of Rachin. There are 7 of us, all told. Surely you have heard of Rachin, yes? Elsweyr's greatest thief, whose crimes were so fabulous he became divine. This one is but an avatar of his greatness. Do you expect a truthful answer? What kind of trickster do you take this one for? Here, let us make a deal. If you find all the pieces, each and every one, Rachin will consider sharing his motivations. Only then.
If you survive, you will know.
Of course, Rachin will provide clues. What fun would it be otherwise? 15 clues to find 15 pieces. Collect them all and restore Rithana di Renata, which was thought just a legend. Sound exciting, Walker? Here then, a book for your convenience. Is not Rachin kind? Ah, and one other thing. Outside help is strictly forbidden. Iraya might have solved this one's first clue, but the rest are up to you. A trickster, a hero, and an ancient mural. Just the recipe for a grand adventure, no? Ah, but this one is most excited to see it unfold. This one is but a shadow of the great Rachin, trickster god to the Khajiiti people. It was he who gained the power of the Ring of Khajiiti, which made him invisible to all and quick as the wind. He who stole both treasures and hearts alike.
Lay down your
Of course! How else was this one supposed to get your attention, Walker? Ah, but Rachin says too much. After all, he has already promised to reveal his motivations after you've collected all the mural pieces. Why, you have Rachin's Book of Riddles, do you not? Each verse will let you know where a certain piece of the Rithana di Renata can be found. Well, this one is feeling rather generous today. Rachin will let you know that every piece lies in northern Elsweyr. The more you explore, the more likely you are to find them.
live, and you will share our story. Die, and you will share our tomb.
By the way, if you see Pakruti, tell him he still owes this one a pouch of gold.
Ah, you've returned. Let us speak. Greetings, greetings. Were you able to find the missing mural pieces? If you want to pull my tail, you could at least try a bit harder than that. Really, what would Rajin's shadow want with the Rithana de Renada? It might have historical significance, but it's certainly not a prize worthy of the trickster god. Sure. Just let me know if you meet John and Joel next, yes? We could use some brighter moons. Why don't you just place the mural piece back in its frame? Iraya should return shortly. You can speak to her about the other missing pieces.
Our neighbors saw nothing, of course. Oh, you found one of the pieces! I see you've collected a missing piece. Slick work. Now, if we only had clues for the other 15 pieces, makes finding them particularly difficult for us, no? Rajin's shadow? I'll be honest, that's a lot to take in. But after all you've done for us, how can I not offer you the benefit of the doubt? Feel free to place any mural pieces that you find, and here, something for your troubles. To think that the Rithana de Renada was snatched away by Rajin's shadow. Never would I have thought that to be the case. Good luck finding the rest of the pieces. My brother and I will pray for your swift success. Of course! What would you like to know? Rajin is a trickster god, revered by Khajiit thieves. He possesses 7 shadows to do his bidding in the mortal realm. Unfortunately, it seems that one of these shadows has taken interest in you. Well, Rajin is known to punish the cruel and reward the cunning. Perhaps he wished to test you for some reason, to see if you're worthy of something. What the something is, I have no idea. Rajin has given you a book of riddles, yes? Each riddle should reveal where a certain piece of the mural can be found. Hopefully they're not too out of the way, though, knowing trickster gods. Feel free to bring them back here and place them in the mural's frame. This should also help you keep track of how many pieces you still need to collect. Remember, there are a total of 16 pieces that must be placed.
Tarn sent Samarak to assist you against the Euraxian officers Saulinia and her assassins. The locals say that a group matching their description passed through here a short time ago. Tarn explained that we seek a hidden Akaviri shrine. Saulinia, the assassin who murdered King Hemakar and Queen Numara. Zamorak heard that name often on the day of Euraxia's coup. Perhaps this one can finally get justice for the royal family. No. Zamorak was guarding Kamira that day. We were far from the palace. Anyway, this one learned that the local crime lord provided Saulinia with guides who know the Scar well. We must hurry if we hope to catch them. The Scar can be a treacherous place, Five Claw, even without the addition of a Nibonese assassination squad. We need to hurry, but we should also proceed with caution. Truthfully, Zamorak almost refused when Tharn gave the order. This one has only just reclaimed the mantle of King's Claw and was reluctant to leave Queen Kamira's side. But you needed help, and Zamorak was best suited to aid you in this endeavor. Yes, but Zamorak isn't sure if anything good will come of their meeting. When this one departed, Queen Kamira and Lord Gareshri were engaged in a heated discussion with Tharn over the risks and benefits of trusting an Imperial. The scar was carved across the face of an Equina in the ancient past. Some say Kunzari is responsible, others that Alkosh himself marked the land with his claws. Things live in the deepest cracks and crevices that we would do well to avoid. King Hemekar saw something in Zamorak. He specifically requested this one during a visit to the Desert Wind. Zamorak set aside his studies and devotions to become the King's Claw. I pledged my life to keep the royal family safe. No. Kamira wanted to visit the Desert Wind Adeptorium. This one was tasked to guard her. So, Zamorak was not in the palace when Euraxia and her troops arrived. They were welcomed as emissaries of the Emperor, but they were lions about to pounce. A small success in an avalanche of failure. Guilt consumed Zamorak because he lived and the royal family died. So this one exiled himself from the land he loved and traveled the world. This one sought... what? Peace. Forgiveness. Something.